Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ah, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, it is nice to be back, baby. How y'all doing? Oh, that is... Been thinking of moving over to decaf, minus 1 cup, and that is my 1 cup a day. Oh, that drinking scared the hell out of me. It is good to be back, isn't it? Decaf? Not yet, not yet. I'm getting some of that coming in real soon, y'all. But hello, how y'all doing? I am excited to actually check on another LCE EGO. Honestly, I don't know about y'all. I like the trend that we have about seeing EGO and IDs sync up more. Like, I know it's not terribly new, but they've been doing it a lot this season more than any other. And it's nice to see that get, what's the word? Not naturalized. It's nice to see that get its more official format. Yeah. Something more official. Give me 1300 lunacy. I got your 1300 lunacy right here. Sorry, I had to practice that one. We're getting there, Hello, welcome. Don't really find you, that's fine. What do y'all think of Poise Bleed teams? Let's see how this goes. I think it's gonna be just fine. This ain't the biggest one, this ain't the smallest one. We're just making up for some lost time. I thought it'd be fun to get back into the groove of reviewing kits, because I want some way to keep up to date on exactly what's going on with gameplay, but I don't know if I want to do the videos anymore, the review videos. I think that time is, we're very quickly leaving that space. But this is still fun, and I'm not gonna miss WALP. It's a dinky little WALP, it's a small little WALP without much going on, but it's still a good WALP with good IDs. He's a rupture unit? Wait, is he out? Oh, wait, no, that's right, because the trailer, you can find that. Alright, hold up. Let me reveal. We do have some news about the Bokgak we can look at in the meantime, too. If it's not already out. Only thing is, it's already out. So let's give it a look. Alright. This one actually came out on time. No unbreakables, even. Okay. Give me a sec. I'm gonna do the obligatory shilling, and we'll get to it. Alright. We'll go on Twitter. We'll do a post. I finally ready to crack open this. Oh, I can't say crack anymore, can I? Screw it. Forget the internet. I don't care. Crack open this sinewy man's suit and see how much. No, I can't say see how much meat is on the inside. That's not gonna work. No. and see how it ticks. We're reviewing. Good morning, everyone. We're reviewing the kit now. Yo, link in the replies. Get the fucking thumbnail, you dipshit. You can say whatever you want as long as you aren't a coward. Nah, here's the thing. You're right, TQ. I can. The thing is, I didn't realize I was doing 2 at once, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta reel back and recognize. When you're about to give yourself a 7-10 split on Twitter, if you know what I mean. Alright, let me throw that up, and then I'll do the Discord chilling. We should be good. I already pre-prepped it anyway. But no, this looks like it's gonna be a more low-key one, which is fine. I'm still very excited to see what is in it. Alright, grab the link, snag the link. Control C. Go into E.G.O, link. Boom! Okay. Cool. And then Discord's got it. Also, the Discord is open again. We got a link in the description. It's a new one. Don't worry, this has to be Warp Revival. Let's find out. Here, let me pull up what we've got and get it all ready for you. Open a new tab. Where are you? They say not a single image of a rupture count. Okay. Well, it might still be just rupture potency then. Okay. So open image, a new tab. It's a 2-pager. Oh, this is a small 2-pager, honey. Oh, honey, you are not seasonal. Well, I guess you are seasonal considering the character, but like, oh, you are gonna be simple, aren't you, baby? Okay. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. You say middle upscale? I can actually see that. All right, let me get the visuals up for you. Browser, 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 or no, window capture. New window, properties. There you are, you little sucker. Okay, different track, let's move on. Alright, ID that's balanced? I mean, they're all balanced. It's just some of them are more powerful than others. Wait, they got the quadricolor dimensions? Okay, I'm already liking the gimmick. This is gonna be fun, Where's that envy defense? Right here, baby. Sidestep. Okay, wait. I think I'm gonna like this gimmick. Hold up. Let's get Notepad up here. Oh, let me also adjust. No, wait, this is actually good. This is where it should be. Okay, he's an option for middle. Yeah. All right, so we got LCE EGO Dimension Shredder Yi Sang. Before anything else, I want to see if there's anything for the E.G.O. Like if they use the E.G.O. The fastest speed, game and charge potency. Every time you, okay, this gives you charge potency. This one doesn't mention the E.G.O. yet. I'm just gonna check around for the E.G.O. itself. When using E.G.O, no, when using E.G.O. I might even miss it. I'm not gonna deny that. But I'm not seeing it right out the gate. Or the quadricolor dimension. No, it just might be coincidental. No E.G.O big buff. RIP. Okay, that's fine. No red coins? No. But that's okay. Let's start with the custom statuses and see where it goes. Number 1, dimensional cutaway. Alright, wait, let's just make sure. This looking good? This looking good? Yeah, this looking good. This is good. Good level stuff. Sad Roach King see no red. I know. It's summer, the roaches are out, the ants are out in full force, even at that, but no red for them. Before getting hit, I don't know why you had to capitalize getting. Before getting hit, gain shield equal to HP percentage based on the stack. I can just use stack percent. That's a shorter answer. Stack percentage HP. All right, simple. Now here's the fun one. Quadricolor dimensions. Sure. How does the Admiral have red coins about the E.G.O gear that is red in the original LobCorp E.G.O gear? Oh, simple. It's homeopathic abnormalities. So obviously the red coins only come in at a certain potency. Gain the following. Dimensional castaway? Oh, you're right. I said cutaway. My bad. Castaway. Gain the following effects based on the stack. Okay. 1+. Gain offense level. Dimensional cutaway is what Family Guy does? Yeah, no, you're right, T. You're right. Gain defense level. Okay. 3. Gain. Ooh, wait, I like that. Gain more charge count from this unit's skills. And then 4+, this unit's... Ooh, okay, this isn't too juicy, but I like it. Deal charge potency times X damage. Okay. More damage based on charge potency. Let's see. I'm not pulling for this. I mean, it is the first banner after WALP. Who could blame you? If this unit gains this effect past its max cap, this unit gains the surplus stack next turn. Hold up. By the way, question. Just while I'm getting this down, did anyone see Doug play Limbus Company? Stack next turn, because I did. I saw the 30 minutes. And he seemed to like it. I'm just happy. I did not, yes. Didn't miss much to him, yeah. Yeah. I'm curious about the surplus stack. Yes, actually? Okay, cool. I heard he liked it? Yeah. He could only go for 30 minutes, but it was like, oh man, I would love this if there weren't on stream. Anyway, speaking of time, all right, let's see. I'm very curious to see what this last quote means, by the way. If this unit gains the effect past its max cap, this unit gains the surplus stack next turn. My best guess is that this is a decays at turn end. Not decays, but lose at turn end effect. And this is a guess. I'm sure we're gonna get more info soon on, you know, on the kit itself. But if that's the case, it'd be interesting to see how well you can stack it. Doug might become addicted? It's fine. I saw your reply in the VOD. Dragon seemed to know how to advertise that. He seems to know either Limbus fans or is a fan himself, and that made me happy. Multi-time so there gotcha streamer, yeah. He doesn't sound like the guy to be addicted to this though. I don't think he's gonna like it. I'm actually surprised he liked it as much as he said he did. But I do think that I'm not gonna get my hopes up for him enjoying it. I just thought it was cool to see. I thought it was cool. You got sound bites out of it. That's about it. It can also be very funny if it's an actual surplus and you can stack multiple of the status. That is true. It does say surplus stack next turn. So I do get the feeling that it's going to cut out, but you know, I've been wrong before, I'm gonna be wrong again. Let's see. The gacha game that hates money, yep. All right, velocity and coordinates and velocity. I love it when Yi Sang is just saying shit. All right, let's see. Oh, this isn't the Sin passive though, hold up. Wrong passive. All right, what does it do? If this unit's, if this unit's speed is faster than the target's, deal, speed difference times charge on self. Is it just me, or are there like a lot more identities that are screwing with speed these days? Yeah? Yeah? Deal plus speed diff x charge p, we'll say that, percent damage. Speedy charge ID? Yeah. I mean, I guess based on, you know, since the Wayward Passenger's based on a train, it kinda makes sense. Welcome back Uncapped Haste? That'd be cool. I mean, the new Ishmael ID that came out a month ago likes it. Charge potency. Maybe I've just been out of the game for a little bit. Charge potency on self divided by X. Haste next turn. Yeah, please. Can we see a solo of this in MD? That'll be fun. That'll be fun. I really like the idea of solos on these. I think while it's not as difficult, chat, tell me what you think of these. Even if it's not as difficult, I think I've gotten more curious about duos. I think duos are really cool, mainly because you get a little more interaction. Yes, it's easier, but I think in exchange for that, you get to see a little bit more, like, it's unique. It's unique between the IDs, you know? Anyway, Open Alley. Gain charge potency. This is the Sin-powered one, by the way. Gain charge potency. Oh. Gain charge potency every X charge count spent. Right? Yeah, every charge spent. Duo this with AEDD Gregor? Wait, yes, baby. I wish you knew about Lockport more to know the abnormalities, but I think Fragment of the Universe and Child of the Galaxy would be good ones. We might get that in another WALP. It's always a chance. Denfield Magical Girls, them do it, Mouse and Lord Lou? Yeah, okay. I think it's a fun idea. Araya Ryoshu hates everything. This is unfortunately true. It's unfortunately true. You prefer trios? I could come around to trios. When another ally's skill hits an enemy, at attack end of said skill. I don't know, I feel like trios, it gets a little different. That's more just like a... You know, I'll talk about it later. I have some thoughts, but I think it's fun. Consume Dimensional Castaway. Oh, wait, so this is how you do the skill 3 too. Okay. To activate Dimensional Slice against the said target, then gain quadricolor dimensions. Wait, quadrit? No, quadri. Okay, I like that. And then, so I'm noticing that, you know, you're gonna get quadricolor on the skill 3 too. But you also get on the skill 3. Consume Dimensional Castaway to reuse this. Gain Quadricolor Dimensions. Okay, so you get Quadricolor Dimensions on everything but the first 2 skills. Gotcha. Oh, hey, Manicotti. Thanks for being a member, dog. Let's check out the support passive now. Let man outrun even the ray of light. Yep, we're back on some bullshit. Let man outrun even the ray of light. This WALP hated me. I gotta see if it hates me. It was mean to me last time, but I'm gonna see if I can pull better. I got 130. I didn't grind as much, so I might have to shell out, rather. Well, I guess both. When well ally with the fastest speed uses a skill that gains or consumes. Okay, I already like this. Charge, count, gain, haste next turn. See, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like charge units still I still want more fielders, you know? I still want more on-field units. I'm not quite ready to just focus on passives, not passives, but well, yes, passives. Focus on support units in the backline. I feel a little underwhelmed with the number of folks that are in the front line, but that might just be something that gets worse and worse the more units we field on the regular, you know? But yeah, let's see. Might have to shin out, true. He's faster than Grandpa Max from Ben 10? Yeah. Brother, I miss Ben 10. Oh well. Only stream kit. Oh, yeah, you guys are talking. Anyway. So this is a good start. I do want to see where Quadricolor Dimensions comes in more often. Dimensional Castaway, I also want to see where it comes in more often. I want to see how well these stay on the field, because this feels like it's following the gimmick of the abnormality more. I do want to also take a quick detour and look at... Here, speaking of detour. Let's take a quick detour and look at the E.G.O itself. And let's just hide this for a tick. Open up Jimbus. And then go into the centers here. Where are we at, E.G.O-wise? I just want to see Dimension Shredder. First off, passives. Rambling Man. If this unit took no damage last turn, gained +4 charge count. Now, first off, we got an evade. If the man says an evade and it works, he just gets free +4 charge count. Now, that doesn't mean that's always going to be worth it. But it does mean if you need to defend, that's still going to be something. And then on it against an area that has a slower speed, inflict 1 rupture count 3 times per turn. Wait. He can actually inflict rupture count. I mean, it's not a ton, but if he only has 1 skill slot, and he has a 3-coin skill, wait, could he go nooch? Could he go nooch? That might go nooch. That's why it doesn't have a real buff? Wait, I kind of like that. How's Jukebox for you? I haven't gotten to it yet. But I do like what I've seen of it. That's nice. I do like this a lot, actually. Maybe, I don't want to overplay it, but this feels like it couples well as is. His skill 3-2? Right. The skill 3-2 is going to be more unwieldy. That's Unfocused Volley and 4 coins, if I remember correctly. I just want to see more of what we're getting into, you know? With his assist defense, or his skill 3-2, he isn't going neutral. He has an assist defense, you say. I guess I gotta see that soon. How's he gonna get Sloth for it? I mean, that's what team building's for. Spend charge count, do more damage, max 70%. If charge count was spent, inflict 5-dimensional rift. And then, yep, it's just gonna be 5 rupture count. I guess the count all comes from dimensional rift, doesn't it? And then inflict 6 rupture. And then deal bonus pride damage because it's a pride skill. The more I look at it, it doesn't seem like it's made to go against or specifically with the Dimensional Shredder E.G.O. It's just more of a nice little accoutrement, you know? The Humble Dawn WS1, yeah. How does Rambling Man work with Unfocused Volley? I would assume it's the enemy that is hit having slower speed. So it's just the first 3 coins. It's not necessarily the one that's targeted. How's the ID looking? So much simpler than the ones we've gotten used to, and I'm okay with that right now. It's fun! Has the Inflict Dimensional Rift in his ID? We're still gonna get to that, Riku. We're working on it. And then targets the rearmost unit in regular encounters, so non-focus encounters. Spend charge count, deal more damage. Inflict 5-dimensional rift. And it looks like you're just spending as much as need be until you can get up to max damage. So this is as much as possible. And then deal bonus pride damage. It's the same thing as this, just a little different juice-wise. I do want to see how Rambling Man interacts with it, though. That's going to be fun. But yeah, that's all we need on the ego itself. Let's get back to the ID proper. Alright. Not a full synergy. Yes, they complement, but are not a full synergy. I agree. Alright. Kim Ji-hoon decided to be generous and give Phrase Brain a rest by giving only 2 pages to read after the nuke load of pages this season. Yeah. Okay. Real talk for a sec. Me and my editor's son have been saying, like, okay, if IDs keep being these 3 pages, ever since the middle Otis one, I don't think we can keep doing this. I think they're actually gonna kill us with them. And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe we go, like, to 1 a month with these, especially if Kanto 10 is gonna be huge. We're still working out what we want to do. I will say if I wasn't already planning to do something else, I would probably make a video on this kit just for funsies. I'm gonna say no, though. Almost certainly not, though. But that's okay. It's still fun to do these, because I want to stay up to date on what's going on with the IDs and E. Your editor's son? Yeah, that's her name. Sun. S-U-N. Let's see. No extra passive? Yeah. Anyway, let's go into the defensive skill. Defense. There's no defense 2. This is not Ishmael. We've got... You know, I'm tired of Rasta Beast. Let's get the Sora theme going. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, sidestep. Remember, if you do not get damaged with this ID after you use... Well, if you don't get damaged after you use Dimension Shredder, you'll get 4 charge count. Let's see. Combat start. But can you get charge count on this one? Gain charge barrier based on charge potency. Keep it? No, I like this. You're right. Charge potency. I think this is a sleeper pick for one of the better themes. Combat start. You're gonna get Dimensional Castaway and Quadricolor Dimensions. Okay. Gain. I'll say Dim Cast. And Quad Dim. There we go. That's good. Throws a shield and kick, but it's an evade ID? Yeah! I mean, again, if he doesn't take damage, then he gets charge count. Let's see. At enough charge potency, gain more of the above. Cool. And then we'll go combat start at less charge count. Ooh, wait! Oh, but you consume HP and gain up to more charge count. Okay. At not enough charge count. Not potency, but just charge count. Consume X minus. Oh, so this speeds him up. Oh, well, speeds him up in terms of, like, getting progress. Percent HP. HP to gain up to Y charge count. Wait. It's not Ravi? It's not Ravi. No. This might be a Ravi equivalent, though. Imagine if we get a Ravi ID and it's just some guy. He's basically an LCC unit. At X plus charge count, consume up to Y surplus, up to Y surplus charge count. Good morning. Who goes full Fire Fist? Ah! What about the other way around? What if he defects? I feel like we should try something different. And apply the following effects. We got... Okay. Heal, charge count, consumed percent. Okay, I guess I'll get the parentheses there, order of operations and all. Percent HP. And then gain... Wait. This I'm kind of liking this. Gain... I'll say count consumed divided by X haste next turn. Okay, so this is to keep him alive. You can either keep him alive or you can juice the sinewy man's meat stuff in order to give him more electricity. You know, like Lobcore. Okay, that sounds good. I like that. Wait. So it's effectively a counter, not a counter. It's effectively an evade that changes based on what state you're in. Of course, if you're playing with the middle, then it doesn't matter. You might just let him juice himself. until he dies. That's actually kind of funny. Okay, I'm here for it. It's basically you're putting on the gas or the brakes. That's fun, Like you do back in LobCorp? Yeah. All right, so next. Just notice you're planning on pulling for WALP. Good luck, thank you. It's a really good evade, it looks good. I mean, evades kind of run live or die by numbers too, more than counters or defenses in my opinion. But I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, let's see what we got. Let's move the skill 3-2 down. There we go. Haste, but they're really good evade effects. I'll absolutely give it that. I'm looking forward. I think I'm back in the saddle of like, I want my gimmicky IDs. I want my gimmicky little shits that show me something new that I can play with. Like a new friggin' McDonald's toy, you know? Anyway, 4-dimensional refraction time series severance. All right, first off, unfocused volley. We're still going with that. This feels so far like the attack would be from season 6, which is fine. I say that on the first line. On use. Okay, on use effects. We got gain FP, or final P. We got gain FP for, we'll say, ooh, wait, I like this already. Based on Rupture plus Dim Rift. Wait, are we stacking Dim Rift now? Wait a second. Wait, are we gonna stack Dim Rift? That's nice. Gain Dim Cast and Quad Dim. Wait a second. Hey Lois, I think I'm gonna go into another dimension. I'm excited about this. I'm gonna start making people rupture their insides. Okay, no, I've officially been consumed by Family Guy references. I cannot come back for this. All right, consume X charge count to gain final power and coin power. Okay, hold up. So you gain these. Dimcast and Quad Dim are not based on a stack, it's just a flat amount. It might be a flat amount that's based on the skill, which is fine. But then you get it based on the coin moves and you inflict Rupture. And then Dim Rift is like a delayed count. Oh, that's so interesting. That's so interesting. Wait. Hold on. Can't wait for the phrase, should you pull for Wayward Yi Sang? And all the comments are just like, you make it sound like we have enough lunacy after the WALP. Okay, A, I love you because you have faith there's gonna be a video, but B, you also know the comment meta. Because, yeah, no, that's probably what people would say. Like, en masse. It's that and also the same, should we pull? Nah, don't move on. It's the same stuff every time with those, and I still think it's really funny. Alright, let's see. I'm just digesting this right now. Because I want to see how often we get Dim Rift. I'm just going to gaze over here for a second. Digital Castaway is fine. Dim Rift over on skill 2, Dim Rift on skill 3, so half the skills get Dim Rift, as does the E.G.O. Wait, and the Evade? No Dim Rift. Wait, that's kind of nasty. I love that concept. Alright, let's go to the coins, Alright. Then, coin... No. Let's get proper conjugation. Proper formatting, go down. Coin effects. We got, on hit, gain Quad Dim, inflict Rupture, and then deal slash based on... Ooh, wait, this hits all... Ooh, this is gonna do all target damage. That is a little Season 7 of it. Okay. Based on this coin's final damage to all targets. Okay. And then on hit, it's the same shit all around, right? I can just copy and paste. Quad. And then the last one is different. Okay. We'll say coin 1. Coin 1 on hit, coin 2 on hit, coin 3 on hit. Yeah. It's just a neat way to do spread. Yeah. Sometimes I think unfocused volley can be a bit more appreciated. Well, maybe not. I gotta digest that for a second, because I always go back and forth. Coin 2 on hit, Okay. And then tab over. That's the stuff. And then get coin 3. We're still gonna do like the mini vision board before we go over to the pulls, by the way. I want to keep that habit going. This feels like not an unfocused volley. They're trying to find a way to like bridge the gap between unfocused volley and just giving us attack weight now. That's where we're at. Gain quad dim, inflict, rupture. Yeah. And then coin 4. Cool. Coin 4 on hit, and then we gain charge count. I wonder how much charge this unit gets. Charge count. Inflict rupture, inflict dim rift. Inflict dim rift. Alright. And then deal slash equal to this, and then at enough charge potency, reuse the coin. Okay, baby. At X plus charge potency, reuse the coin. Wait, okay, so that's the final form. That's the final state. Okay. There's a lot more work to get delayed positive, so I think it's chill. I think this is more a chill one. Yeah. It feels like a powerful nuke that rivals Radioso. Nah, that's a tall order. Nah, I can't say that. I can't say that at all. It's 5 coins max, yeah. Now, I wouldn't say rivals Radioso yet. I think in Clash Power, absolutely not, in all likelihood. I will say maybe if you get enough enemies on deck and damage count, because this relies more on attack weight, then maybe you could get there. But I think that's relying on a lot. Alright, let's see. Mean you're expecting too much from our baby filler ID? Yeah, but the baby filler IDs are fun, you know? I'm not saying it's gotta be Furioso. I'm not even saying I expect it to be Furioso. I'm just reading chat. But this is more like, this is cute. It's cute. It's charming. Also, skill 3 rips face. The nostalgia's back. Alright, before use. It looks like positive considering dimensional rift infliction. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Let's see. I know it's filler ID, but expected a bit more? I don't know. I like this. I like this a lot. At X plus charge count. But I'm also not one to, like, be overly meta about stuff. Activate 4... We'll say skill 3 too. I guess, like, what would you expect? Like, this isn't me going after you. This is a genuine question. What would you expect from a filler ID if not this? If we're gonna call it filler, if we're gonna call it, like, interrib, because we're gonna get, like, 3 more banners of this. Activate skill 3-2 instead. Alright. On use. Chugot. Yeah, we'll say X to Y. Charge count. You saw Funimation. Wait. You saw the fun animation on the E song E.G.O. No, there's no way. Did you see the fan? Wait, you mean fan animation? No, I haven't seen that. We ain't got that yet. Let's see. Enough charge count. Consume all charge count and gain coin power based on amount consumed. Okay. Not bad. I mean, like, I'm curious to see why it's at a certain range instead of at above an amount. Tab over. Gain final power based on rupture plus dim rift on target. And then gain dim cast and, not fimcast, dim cast and quad dim. Wait, why are you guys seeing... Okay, I assume you guys are saying fan animation. There's a fan animation of Yi Sang doing Da Capo? That's cool. I mean, I'm happy for him. I don't tend to look at a lot of fan animation stuff, but I do like that it exists. I do like that people are making it. Let's move on to a different track. I want something a little more chill. Just a smidgen, just a skosh. Spamton. Yes! Alright. I don't know, maybe I'll check it out afterward. Let's see. Coin effects now. Coin effects. On the skill 3. Gain. Charge count. Where's the sloth? Yeah, we're not really getting that, are we? It's pride and gluttony. I guess sloth we're relying on someone else for, which I guess is fine. inflict rupture. And then I'll just let that repeat. I'll do a 2x. I'll do a 2x on that. 2x, 3x, and then inflict dimensional rift. Inflict dim rift. And then on final coin, we'll say final coin. Let's see. Let's go with deal / damage equal to charge P on X % of this coin's final damage. Okay. I noticed that we're getting this effect a lot more often with IDs, which I think is just, I don't know. I think it's interesting that this effect is what we're getting more often on like a blanket statement with IDs. I wonder if this is them trying to not just add more damage types, or just make an overall easy to splash buff. My gut is that it's an overall easy to splash buff for damage's sake without having to make the coin count a higher number, or to up offense level, or to give damage up with stats. Like, this is an interesting one-off. You know, no, I can see the vision on that now. No, that makes sense, Okay. Let's see. Then, skill 2. Consecutive dimensional slice. Chagot. Dimensional slice. We got on use. Gain final power based on rupture plus dim rift on target. I really want to check back and see just how much is being applied here. I'm very curious about it. And then consume charge count to gain final power. This is one of the few, well, not few times, but I'm actually more excited to do the vision board on this one. Like the stream vision board. At X plus charge potency, gain coin power, cool. And then coin effects. We got gain charge count. I keep wanting to do coin because my muscles want to type coins. Inflict rupture times 2. And then inflict dim rift. You guys can't see that. Let's fix that. I don't know. I don't really have much interesting to say right now. I'm just kind of like processing it. And then deal / damage based on charge potency and the coin's final damage. / damage potency. No, this is fine. Because I think the big questions for me are like, more than the rupture for me, because rupture, you can just get a good team going, like we had season 6, of course. You can get a good team going, and you can inflict a good chunk of rupture. How much dimensional rift can you get? I would imagine that you still want to lean on Heishos for a lot of rupture application. In a lot, like as much as we have disdain to say it, it's still effective. But as far as dim rift, I imagine if it's good enough application, that could be worth fielding him, or if you really want to do like Chupture gaming, which I think is a good use case. Yeah. Alright, let's go into dimensional slice to round this sucker out. Dimensional slice. On use. By the way, chat, I want to ask you guys something. Since I'm not planning to do kit reviews as much, I want to stream more. I may just go back. I'm still thinking about it. I may just go back and go through all of Deltarune. Would you actually want to see that? Gain final power, and if the answer is no, you don't have to be silent about it either. Gain final power based on charge count plus rupture and dim rift on target. Because I think like, and I say that because not that I want to just commit to only doing streaming, but because I think the kit reviews have finally gotten to a point where they're eating into essay time, and I just want to find an alternative. That's all. I feel like they mistreat charge IDs, the keyword still needs more love. I'm down for charge season. I'm down for charge and tremor season. I know we got a lot of love for tremor with the thumb IDs. I don't know though. I feel like there's more fun to find with that. Like final power? Yeah, pretty much. More Deltarune streams? Okay. Consume charge count to gain coin power. Don't give Trevor anything else. I've heard that as well, yeah. Maybe season 4 did enough for a while. Oh, my kid, it's this one. Coin effects. Coin effects. Gain, charge, count. Coint count. Inflict, rupture. Oh, and then consume dimensional castaway to reuse it. I'm noticing that come up more often, just like consume or reuse the coin under a certain condition. Consume dim cast to reuse this coin. You know what, guys? I think you're right. I think we could do with more charge in general. I'd be down for charge season. The closest we got to a charge season anyway was season 2, right? Yeah, no, you know what? I'm down for that. Get more pure charge? I mean, we got pure poise, but that was just one ID. I would imagine one, yeah. Kinda wish that charge team would have something to do with other debuffs that doesn't link it to Sin-Avidity, like Bind, Fragile Coin, Power Down, Paralyze. Isn't Tremor kind of doing... Well, I think Tremor's kind of doing that if we ignore Scorch. I think it does kind of do that. Charge is your favorite stats, we need more? I mean, we have this. Let's take a look at the vision, though. Let's see. Let's see. How's it looking? I like it. Excuse me. If you want something that's gonna blow... If you want something that's gonna blow charge out of the water, I'm not seeing the vision yet. If you want something that super syncs up with the dimension, what the fuck is the name of it? With the Dimension Shredder E.G.O, kinda, but not quite as much as the other E.G.O IDs we've gotten. If you want something that has a fun idea on how to use Dimensional Rift, and builds off of the concept of the E.G.O with quadricolor dimensions, yeah, I think you got it. Is he stronger or weaker than Index E Song? Come on. What do you think? I want you to type into chat what you think the answer is to that question. Come on. Mad Rat dead, everyone. No, let's take a look at the vision, though. Let's take a look. Alright. So, let's take a look at the different statuses we have to work with here. I mean, of course, Rupture. That goes without saying. We've got Dimensional Rift. We've got Quadricolor Dimensions. And then Dimensional Cutaway. Alright, let's see. Is there anything else to keep in mind? I mean, there's Charge Barrier, of course. There's Charge itself, but I'm thinking of what causes stuff to stack. I mean, I guess I'll put down Charge. Why not? Obligatorily. Charge. I actually haven't opened GIMP. I'm washed! Okay, let's see. Let me open up... I feel like I'm dusting off. I think I'm dusting off the vision board template. It's been so long. Corkboard setup. We're not ready to open it up yet. I just want to get it ready, you know? Kit vision board. There you are. Charge is the sign field. Charge is the Seinfeld of Limbus statuses. What, like, it's a big deal about nothing? What does Dimensional Rift even do? I can show you, actually. Hold up. Because I think that's a reasonable question. Let's move over here. So Dimensional Rift. At the end of the turn, gain rupture count by the effect's amount. It's basically a delayed rupture count. The thing is, we typically see it in amounts that are like 3 to 5. So it's a delayed like 3 to 5 rupture count, which can be pretty good. Oh, you can't see it because Gimp's in the way. Oops. Gimp, where the hell are you? I didn't think it would actually be something I had up and ready to go. In the future, I see for Charge is Charge Bleed like Tremor is Tremor Burn. Why not Chupture? I feel like Chupture is it. I mean, I get that Chupture needs, or Rupture needs some dedication. Okay, which one is this? Gimp. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, Dimensional Rift. At the end of the turn, gain Rupture count by this effect's amount, then remove this effect. That's it. To clarify what I mean, every other stat started copying Charge, making Charge seem bland in comparison. Oh, I did not associate that with Seinfeld at all. But I guess I see your vision. I see that. Charge Poise, I like. Wait, no, I like Charge Poise there. I think that could work well. Anyway, we don't need the vision board up yet. What am I doing? We actually do want the window capture, though, so let's throw that up. Okay, so clearly the end state you want to get towards is whatever state is necessary to get this Not just the skill 3-2 off, but the skill 3-2 off and reuse the coin. So charge potency. Charge potency. So, most powerful state is at enough charge potency to use a 5 coin skill 3-2. But that's not all, it's just a start. So let's see. I want to see where you get Dimensional Castaway, because that's something I'm more curious about than anything. It's a defensive skill, it's a sustained status. So, we might get 2 reuses? I think we gotta go the trailer on that one. Right? I mean, I'm willing to entertain the concept. I won't entertain the concept. Let's give it a look. Sure. How about we give that a look?
Limbus company.
And the audio should be up, yeah? Yeah, no, that's up. Let's check for the skill 3. Or rather, the skill 3-2. When did we get the assist attack? Did I miss something? Should we not have an assist attack going? Hold up. Oh, I need to show you guys. I don't have it up. My bad. Let me fix that for you. There we go. There we go. That's better. That's better. Sin passive? Wait, am I blind? Am I a dumbass? Sin passive. Wait. Yes, no, I'm just dumb. I'm actually a dumbass, because I wasn't processing what I was saying when I was typing it down. Literally cannot maintain that knowledge on some of these. It's 5 a.m. That's fine. When another ally skill hits an enemy at attack, end of said skill, consume Dimensional Castaway. Consume Dimensional Castaway! Okay, I'm so glad we looked into that then. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Thank you much. How are the kids looking? It's fun. It's definitely going into fun for Season 7 for me. Alright, skill 3-2. Let's check on the icon. Let's check on the visual effects. Right. So Dimensional Slice is cutting in. Build enough charge count to reuse. Okay, we're gonna go half speed. Play back. 50%. Jump through. 1 hit. Okay, so we gotta keep in mind that they inflict rupture on hit. So we gotta see how many times that rupture icon or rupture color comes through. I'm gonna slow it down even further. That's 1. Look for the green, That still looks like 1. That's 2. That one was 2. That was 2. Okay. Okay, and then I think after that, if I can minimize this, after 2, is it 3 rupture? It is 3 rupture, okay. Oh, they're all rupture, never mind. Every single one of them is rupture. Okay. Sorry, I'll go back. Okay, that's 2. Look for green. That's 3. And then that's 4. Let's see, is there more? Do we get to see more? It's ending. It's settling. Okay. It's 5th. That was the 5th. Okay. I think it's safe to say that we're not going to get 2 reuses unless the trailer is really hiding something from us. Which isn't bad. It's not bad. It's just like, okay. I think if it had 2 reuses, that would have been huge. That would have been a lot to digest. That one might. There's a non-zero chance with these slash damage equal to X% effects. Maybe that could rival Furioso. Maybe so. But nah. Let's see. Good day, detective. That's the 5th? Yeah. Alright. But I do like knowing where we get Dimensional Castaway. I keep wanting to say cutaway because he just cuts. He cuts people in half. Okay. Consume Dimensional Castaway to reuse this coin. Let's see how he gets it. Dimensional... I keep saying cutaway. Castaway. How does he generate it? Generates through... consume Dimensional Castaway... No Dimensional Castaway here. Gain Dimensional Castaway. Skill 3. Skill 3-2? Yep, skill 3-2. S3-2. How else? If it can be used more than once, it would be mentioned in the kit. Not the case, I fear. So I remember this with the Rojas, Ring Rojas reuse. It did not say how many times it would be reused. And even the trailer did not feel like it was totally clear that that was based on the animation. So sometimes you just have to eyeball it, sometimes you can't particularly know. But that's okay, that's okay. Evade, we'll say defense. And then if we go into this, is there any other way to get it? It doesn't look like there's another means to get it. There are just a couple ways to consume it. That's fine. Let's move this over. Any other means? Just skill 3? Yeah, it looks like it's through skill 3s, which means you're not going to get this too often. However, it doesn't say it decays. It does not say it decays, so it looks like we stick with it. I would assume this is a once per turn effect as well, because they really like capping out the number of times you can get extra attacks per turn. But if you keep using sidestep, I mean, when another ally skill hits an enemy, at attack end of said skill, consume this to activate Dimensional Slice. Kinda good for middle. I could see that working for the middle. Like, that way you can still evade and you can run an attack. That's just doing double duty. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright. What's next? I will say, and then uses through passive and skill 1 for extra attacks. That's nice. That's just a nice little bit of sauce. That's just for a bit of skill 1 sauce. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. But then that's enough for Dimensional Castaway. How about Quadricolor Dimensions? Quadricolor... Is it just the skill 3? Looks like the skill 3 and the evade gets it, so... Generates through skill... S3... S3... S3-2... Defense. Okay. And then with it, I'm very curious on a couple of these. For one, Quadricolor Dimensions. So he gets at least 3 stacks here. Sure. But how does the decay work? This is what I get the most curious about. Because I don't really see any mention of it decaying next turn. If this unit gains the effect past its max cap, this unit gains the surplus stack next turn. This implies to me that it only lasts the turn. So, does it mean that you have a means to generate more with greater charge potency, right? Let's see, because Quadricolor Dimensions, you gain at least 3. The implication is that there's a world where you can gain 5, at least. Maybe it's if you have 2 skill slots. That's a world where that's possible. But I would also like to assume that with 1 single skill slot you could get 4. Maybe at Combat Step with Sidestep you get 4. But why would you get 4? Well, okay, I guess unit skills deal charge potency times X damage. Actually, yeah, I could see that. Because when you use the evade, if you have the assist skill, then you would want offense level, defense level. You'd want to gain more charge count, right? Yeah, this gives you charge count, and then you would deal more damage. So you would be using, just by using this evade, offensive and defensive skills. So it's technically possible that this gives you 4. That could be fun. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Maybe Quadricolor... I don't think Quadricolor is going to be too important. It's just going to be kind of juicy. Like, and I say juicy as in the fun kind of juicy, not in the, like, you're going to juice it for a lot kind of juicy. There we go. We forgot our Replicant from the Rift Effect? Nah, don't worry, I'm getting to that. We're good. But okay. Seems like it plays through as an additional spice more than the main draw. There we go. My question is that it doesn't seem to expire, but you don't seem to get anything past 4. The thing is, it says, if this unit gains effect past its max cap, this unit gains the surplus stack next turn. So this implies that the stack has to decay. In the kits, they will say if something decays per turn, or if it's just gone at the end of the turn. This bullet point might be it saying, yeah, this goes at the end of the turn. That's what I'm taking this to mean. Yeah. The Quadricolor, yeah. So let's point, why not cap it to 4? So that you can continuously stack it over time. That's the main idea. Can he sustain Rupture with E.G.O? Won't even be a problem? Perhaps he might. Anyway, he's drinking a Cult Industry Uptie art. Oh, good yogurt, man. So let's move on to the Dimensional Rift now. Because that one is the next main gimmick. So this generates through what? Generates through... We've got skill 3, skill 2, and then skill 3. Okay, generates through every skill. I'll just type them out. S2, S3, S3, 2. Okay. You gain 4 QD on the 3, 2, and then another on the Sin passive. Oh no, wait, you're right. You do gain 4 because that's on use and then on hit. And then on the Sin passive. Oh yeah, and then gain Quadricolor. See, I've been out of the game for too long. I didn't even catch that. I should have scanned for Quadricolor a bit more. Okay. No. You're right. You're cooking. Open Alley plus skill 3-2 gives you enough to stack on the next one. There's a world where that works. And if this gives you 4, then you're actually still stacking. Wait, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. No, who said that? Who said that? No, I need names. Anton Lupinov 7803. Yeah, good shit, man. Good shit. Handshake. Alright, next. Dimensional Rift. Any other mention on Dimensional Rift? It would be in red because it's a status. I am not seeing that. So we're going to move on from that. But you do inflict it... You could inflict it twice. I'd be very surprised if you inflict more than 2 Dimensional Rift on this final coin because you can reuse it. Well, no, it's Unfocused Volley. So that means it's only gonna hit one guy. It's just the damage is on everyone. This could be 3. This Dimensional Rift could be 3, in theory. I'm just very curious to see how much Dimensional Rift is necessary to get the buffs. That's the big one for me. I would say, like, functions as this unit's rupture count plus buffery. There we go. And you got QOH John, who's loving life. You know, I think it's a coin flip on that one. Let's see. But I don't think there's more to it than that. I think that one is purely based on numbers, which is fine. I just think based on what we've seen with Dimensional Rift, it's probably going to be lower on here than we've seen on E.G.O. But at the same time, if you have Rambling Man from, you know, the Dimensional Shredder E.G.O, then yeah, you're in a decent spot to still inflict Rupture Count. I think this is going to be okay for Rupture Count. I think, outside from this, you're going to have, like, 3 coins where every time you hit a coin, especially if you have Rambling Man, you'll inflict Rupture Count and then Dimensional Rift. That seems fine by me. And then we have the speed. I want to see where haste comes in. Gain charge potency on self divided by X haste. Oh, it's based on potency. Okay. Charge potency. Let's focus on that next. Gives certain effects. Haste, which leads to more damage. More damage and rupture count. Count with E.G.O. Man, I wish I wasn't taking a break from kit reviews now. I'm on a mandatory vacation because I got someone here. But this would have been a fun one to, like, blitz through on. Oh, well. Gain charge potency, yada yada. No other mentions of haste. Any other benefits from charge potency? Consume charge count, final power fairy, charge count. Add enough charge potency, gain coin power, which leads to more damage, coin power, and rupture count. Add enough charge count, etc., etc. I guess skill 3-2, S3-2, coin reuse. Add enough charge potency, gain an additional stack. Self stacks. Yeah, so listing it out this way, you definitely want to focus on getting count and potency as quickly as possible. What else is new? Alright, let's see. Can you imagine slapping this on Heisho Rupture Team? Depends on the speed ranges. Yeah. I don't think this would be terribly at home on a Heisho Rupture Team. I just think, like, the horse is strong. It's big horse time. Charge potency to reuse this coin. Consume charge count to gain coin power and final power. And then the rest is charge count based. We already addressed this. I'm not saying that. I mean, we already have enough. Oh, wait, this is haste. Wait. Which leads to more damage. Control X on this. Let's get it right. Coin power. Skill 3-2. Coin reuse. More self stacks. Okay, so cool. We can run with that. And then I'm curious because I want to see how we gain more charge count. Charge count generation. Because that's the main thing. That's the vehicle, right? So that's skill 1, clearly. Generate. And then use. Well, let's check on the passives too. Anything else that uses it? Speed's faster, no. Gain charge potency on slow pace, no. Gain charge potency every time you consume, fine, that's just the rule. I'm not seeing anything that consumes the charge count. So instead, we got more gain charge count. Skill 2. Let's move on to something different. Oh, are you stuck? My stream deck's getting stuck more often, that's sad. Oh, it actually is stuck, hold up. Ah! Get out of there, man! I might need to buy a new one of these soon. It's lasted me like 3 years. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. And then... cut that, go over here. Let's get something more chill. There we go, there we go, there we go. If they adjust the fight difficulty, it's just gambling on Shichun? Okay, whatever. I want to now see how you spend the charge count, because that's usually on skill 2s, right? Generate plus consume. Yeah, plus consume for final power. Plus consume. Fair enough, fair enough. And then on skill 3, consume and gain. Skill 3, generate plus consume. Cool. Give Spring Cultivation music some love. I'm gonna be real with you. I have not been big on Spring Cultivation's music, so I didn't add it to the stream deck, so I don't really have it to put on. Let's see. And then on sidestep, you generate it, right? That's it? Yeah, you'll generate charge count if you're low enough. Yeah, actually. Defense, generate, or consume. And then skill 3, 2. So, like, just about all of it works. Everything other than the skill 1 is going to spend it. Let's see. And then consume charge count to gain final power and coin power, but you still gain charge count. Generate plus consume. So you still have your means to generate and consume. I'd say going for the skill 2, skill 3, and evade on that is your best way if you want to, like, min-max getting there. Having Gregor on your team, like, ADD Gregor is also going to be helpful for it, of course. But beyond that, I think this is going to play like your regular charge unit, even if you want to speed getting to the charge potency as fast as possible because of all these benefits. Or, all these benefits, rather. Okay. And then next, what else? I already said... how's your rupture, Jen? Inflict rupture, inflict rupture, inflict rupture, inflict rupture, inflict rupture, thrice. Once, twice, thrice. Once, twice, thrice. Twice. Actually, the rupture potency gen seems fine. Even if it's just... remember, one thing I want to specify, and we learned this in Season 6. Rupture on hit with multi-coin attacks is almost always 1 to 2 potency. We gotta keep that in mind. Because they don't want you to be able to stack potency and count a lot. I know Dimensional Rift is gonna balance out to a certain degree, but Project Moon, I think, is still scared of you overstacking Rupture to a certain degree, you know? I think that's less of a fear now, because now they've just got stronger enemies. But still, I would be very surprised if we see any 3s on anything. I guess other than the skill 1, but since you can reuse the coin, that would still be surprising. I'm gonna be surprised if we see, like, a 3 on any of these Rupture inflictions, yeah. So just keep that in mind. Beyond that, I guess I put Breakdown the Vision in the wrong areas, but that's fine, that's fine. With HP inflation, true damage value starts going down. It does, but I just don't know if we're at the point where, like, we're ready for that yet, you know? I want to be hesitant on that. All I'm saying is that if you do see a 3 next to Rupture on this list, something has changed. That is your sign that something has changed. That's like your... that's your recession indicator for Project Moon IDs. That's all I'm saying. Because all count is positive under 3 coins? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Anyway, let's go into the vision. Vision is generate charge count ASAP while also... Is there a side... I'd say while also spreading dim rift. Dimensional rift, I think, is like a delayed rupture count that you're gonna want to have up so that you can just have something reliable over time. I think having that is actually gonna be so nice because a delayed rupture count means that you don't have to worry about keeping... Is it ideal to have the stack up, like, now? Yes. But because dim rift tends to be higher, on average, not saying that's gonna be the case here, but on average tends to be higher, having that delay makes it easier to plan. It means, like, you don't have to be quite as miserly in the moment, because even while you still do, you can say, like, oh no, I can reliably get that rupture count later as long as I don't break the stack now, you know? I just think of dim rift as nails for rupture. That's not a bad way to think of it. That's not a bad way to think of it, actually, yeah. Generate charge, actually, let's say charge potency. ASAP while also spreading dim rift. Let's see. And then beyond that, you want rupture and dim rift up. Use dimension shredder ego to better maintain rupture count. Using both of these get the greatest benefits on your skills. I'd say that, yeah. And then with sidestep, I mean, sidestep is kind of nice. Dimensional castaway also is good for maintain. This is nice too. But I would say that's just a natural generation than something you have to keep up. I don't think there's much more to it than that. Everything else is just accoutrements and spices, you know? Think that we'll finally get Aleph on Kanto 10? I'm willing to entertain it. I think ever since Kanto 9, I've been willing to entertain Aleph EGO. Since we have, what, 2 FOV EGO on nearly every center now? I think I'm ready for it. DD is a future WALP candidate? Perhaps? Actually, no, that's just true. And then slash damage, in addition to that, I'm just checking on what else we get from charge potency. Coin power skill 32, coin reuse, more self stacks. I think it is this simple. Charge units tend to be very linear. So I think that's where we're going with it. Okay, let's get out the vision board. Let me get this man's looking ass. Wait, no, let me get the man's looking ass. Hold up. Let me find him. There you are. Open image. Bingop wingop. Thank you, Twitter. There we go. I'll snag you. It's a good look on you, mans. You're looking pretty. You're regular shit too. All right, let's go back here. And then once we do this, all right, let me show GIMP. Once we do this, we'll go on to the Walp Pulls. All right, let me hide this window. Hell yeah. All right, the kits still aren't on stream at the moment. Still aren't on Steam. That's okay. We'll go over here. Or they should be, actually, because I remember getting them from Steam. Whoa, that's the wrong tool. All right, layers scaled down. We'll say 500's enough. Just put that sucker in the corner. I think this is just a simple 3-stater. I think we got 3 phases on this. Phase 1. Nope, that's a phase 1. And then, oh, file save as. DS Yi Sang LCE. There we go. Then we got phase 2. Let's move on. I want different music. How about Rainbow Road? Phase 2. We got that. And then phase 3. Cool. Alright, so I'd be down for Blue Star. I feel like Blue Star would be like Tremor, right? Blue Star hits me like a Tremor or Sinking. Tremor or Sinking feels like they would go hand in hand with Blue Star. What do y'all think? So for this, phase 1, it's very easy. What you want to do, it's like every single charge count ever. Or it's like every single charge unit ever, rather. You want to generate your charge potency and count. Generate charge potency ASAP. Simple as that. I think this needs to be 80. It's usually 80. Yeah, there we go. And then your best skills for doing that are your evade. Ah! Put that back! Okay. Generate charge potency ASAP. What you're gonna do is you're gonna use the evade on that. Will this juice your HP in order to do it? Yes. But it's still going to be handy enough. And then we'll throw on these. I'm not gonna put in the pride skill because that only generates your that only generates the count, it doesn't spend it. So priority-wise, that's lesser, you know? I do want to check one thing, though, before we look into that, and that's the passives. Dimensional Slice, when used with Dimensional Castaway, will not spend charge potency. Okay, good to know. Or charge count, rather. Generate charge potency ASAP. I'll throw in that you want to get some kind of sloth. Is there any other easy means to get sloth? If ally with sloth. I think we say if ally with sloth to help out. Yeah. I think that's good. I think it's important. Blue star sinking or sinking tremor, mostly sinking? Interesting. Alright, we'll minimize this a little more. Put it like this, sucker. And then we'll say... if... Wait, no. I was gonna say if ally has sloth. But do we even need to go that far? Hold on. Sun shower requires sloth. Sure, understandable. Sometimes they're weird like this. Sometimes they don't use the ego they need. No, never mind. They all take sloth. Worth a look. Oh well. No such luck. If ally with sloth. Yep. Okay. Greg? I mean, yes, Greg, but, like, that's on another ally. If ally with sloth... I mean, Greg would be... Does Greg have sloth? I'll just double check that real quick. I trust you, but, like, I need to see the stuff with my own eyes. No? Maybe you weren't talking to me when you said that. Unbrilliant Glory takes sloth. I know it's not up on screen, it's fine. I guess Lust and Gloom if you want to use Suddenly One Day. I guess. Well, hold on. Actually, wait. Greg with Christmas Nightmare. Oh, wait, I'm blind. This clearly uses Sloth. I'm a dumbass. No, it's fine. Greg doesn't have Sloth on ADD. Yeah, it's not gonna work out that way, I fear. Yeah, you need an ally with Sloth, specifically with Sloth. Looks like they're implementing level caps. Oh, whatever. Let's see. But if an ally has Sloth, then use TTS EGO to get better rupture count. 3 per turn with speed. Cool. That's a simple answer. And then we'll move these around. Ah, please no. And then what? I think, you know what? I'm down for a phase 4 on this. I think phase 4, the final phase always has to be like, go ham. Meanwhile, the phase before it is like, hey, how do you pilot this? Like, how do you pilot this with the buffs? And then we'll say, juggle and balance rupture as much as possible. Why do you keep defaulting back to this? I want 80, thank you. Juggle and balance rupture plus dimensional rift to maintain stack. I think maintaining stack's good. And then phase 4, last one. Where are you? I'll just put it up here. Fixing old IDs? Fixing old IDs would be fun. I think a fan-made, I don't think this is a stream I would do, but I think it would be fun for someone to do like a, hey, what if we had an Uptime 5 creation stream? I think someone could do that. Phase 4, just go ham with a skill 3 too. You know you're there at max charge potency. Once you're at enough charge potency, at enough charge potency, go ham with, and I'll get the skill 4 icon. Or I guess I could also just, you know, throw this up. Go ham with skill 3-2, and then get the icon. Like, it's still straightforward. It's still pretty straightforward. It's no, like, Nurse Father ID where there's, like, 2 or 3 vehicles moving at once. Which is a relief, frankly, to New Lair. And also... Wait. What if I do this? What if I do this? Because I feel like this is a fair thing to say. Where's the extra skills? There you are. Also... exist for reuse plus buffs. Alright, and then I'll get the icons, and that should do it, yeah? Alright, so you guys, okay, what are you guys saying? I think you're talking about how to get Sloth in there, right? Sloth Evade is just the laziest sidestep ever. That's funny. Rose already had Pride, Gloom, Envy. Guess use all these forcing them in a team. We're using Superbia just for T1. What am I getting? I am getting the icons. And then once we do this, we'll get into Walpurgis Pulls. Let's see. Dimensional Cutaway is right here. Okay. We'll paste this. Excuse me. We will paste this to New Lair. And then we'll get the other one. I'm kind of disappointed. I would like Quadricolor Dimensions to be a little more active. I get the gimmick. I get that it's not meant to be the main thing, but I kind of wish it was more involved. I do like the fact that we're also getting more dimensional, you know, dimensional rift, but oh well. Alright, I think that's enough. I think we'll save that. That is the vision board. Anything else you think needs to be mentioned? Speak now, forever hold your peace. This is a very simple kit based on what we have seen in the past. Hello, retry day button. I didn't know they were making RP accounts for you now, but that's great. This reminds me to get GIMP going on the computer again. Krita isn't the greatest text editor. I'm sorry. Yeah, GIMP is unwieldy, but it's good. It works. We love simplicity. Yeah, I feel that. All right, I think we're ready for polls. I think we're ready to go for polls, dog. Let's have at it. I'll close this out. Time for Gamba. I got 130 polls on me, and I am not opposed. It's a business expense, so I'm not opposed to spending money for more. Let me get this out of the way. Let's turn Jimbus's audio on. I cannot stop calling Limbus Jimbus anymore, by the way. That's just a worm in my brain. There we go. Hello, Gregert. Yeah, Jimbus is here. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, I didn't save. Let's fix that. Confirm. There we go. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm not gonna expect anything. I'm not gonna expect everything, rather. There's 3 drops. I just need to get 2 within 200 to make pity. That's all there is to it. Do we want... Okay, chat, do we want casino music? Do we want that today? Or are we feeling too chill for it? 70 polls. Let's see. Can I check the BGM changes? I haven't. I mean, I could in the theater. Oh, wait, there's Dante's notes! Oh, there's more Dante's notes! Oh, and the jukebox! Wait, yes. Yes, babies. Available from purchase from the dispenser. Wait, really? Okay. BGM! Screw it, I'll take that. Wait. Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Run, Bongi, run. Okay, I can do this later. I can do this another time. Still. All the follow BGMs are in the dispenser? Okay. They're for threads? Yeah. Alright, we got 4 polls to get. We got the E.G.O, the 2 IDs, and the Bina announcer. Let's see what we can snag. Someone said yes to the BGM. Okay, careful that some of them have copyright. Don't worry. I know what to look out for. That being said, I think I am going to go back on this. We're going to turn off the BGM. But we're going to maintain everything else. And now let's go Gambling. All right. Phase 1, the first 10 pull. Let's see if the tickets are enough for a WALP. That's already 1 WALP in the books. What you got? What you got? Dawn Office Faust right out the gate. I was looking forward to this one. I love Yuna's guitar bullshit. I love the 1,000 needles. 1 down already. Let's go. All right. Now let's see if that leans into Gegger. 300 Starlight, thank you. Confirm, let's move. 3 more to go. Any more green? We got gold. Is it green though? Is it green? It's not green. That's just some nice ego shards. That's some Sinclair ego shards. I'm not gonna complain about that right now. The night is young. Well, the day is young at that. Let's see, more green please. Yum yum yummers. This is a basic bitch pull. It's a basic bitch pull. It happens. Happens to the best of us. I'm not gonna get greedy. I deserve one of those. I deserve one of those after getting Faust right out the gate. Next step. All right, gold out the gate is it green? Is it green? It's not green. It's nothing. It's not green. It's just Gregor. Wrong, Gregor. That's okay. We're going for pull 50. All right. We're almost halfway through. Let's see what we got. No green. A lot of red. No green. That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna move on. We just shake it off. We keep it up. We just chill. 60. We got green. Okay. 1 green on deck. It's something, right? Yi Sang E.G.O. Okay, that's 2 of 4. That's 2 of 4. I'll take it. My man's is gonna use his Gatling gun as he was born to. So far, so good. You know what? If I get pity, I wouldn't be opposed to you spending it on Gregor. Bina can wait. I only need that for lore reasons. All right. You get a star. I think we're up to 70 now, right? See what you got. Any green? I don't know what that was, but it's not green, so it doesn't matter. Where are we at now? We're on 70. I think 2 more for now. Well, not 2 more, but you see. Let's see. Any more green? No more. All right, we're on the final 5 pulls. So now we're in the danger zone. 5 more pulls before money. Let's go. Or actually, no, this is 50 more pulls. Any green? That's 1. No, basic bitch, low income pull. That's fine. Manifest my inner green, I know. I'm green with envy, I'm green with gluttony, and I've done it. I am hungry, and my hunger will be sated. But with what? What will it be sated with? Oh my god, yes please! Thank you, Gregor! I'll take it. He's even fixing himself up. Thank you, Salvador. Oh my lord. All right. You know what? I'll spend them all. I have been blessed. You know what? I could use it. I could use it right now. I'm just glad because I have a stream idea that requires me to have all of the IDs at hand. I'm just gonna keep spending them, see if we get the announcer, but that's it. Can we get 1 more green? Am I gonna be that greedy? I'm not gonna go whole ham for the announcer. I'm not gonna spend money on the announcer. That's gonna be enough. May as well try. Yeah, no, this is some stupid damn good pulls. I will, however, spend everything I have on this. I'll do the 1 pulls. We'll see if we get green announcer. Hey, yo, welcome. 2. We got 4 pulls left. Nope. All right. Confirm. 1 more. Oh, you know what? It's red. I'll take red. I'll take some shards. And then 1 more extract. That's it. Nope, it's over. I'm not gonna be greedy. You know, I can already read Bina's lore right up in there, right up on the wiki. I don't need the rest of it. That's fine. All right. We're got everything the same polls as me. I'm grateful. Let's take a look at this ego though. We can take a look at that. Do we want to read the chat? It hasn't been too long a stream. Do we want to read the stories? We don't have to. I'm just like, that's not something I feel like needs to be on stream, but it's not too, it's kind of fun. It's like a mid activity. The stories are super interesting. You know what? I can see myself actually needing to read the stories for something I got planned for later in the year. Because there's a certain topic that's related to Otis that Salvador is also related to. I'm doing a great job of hiding it, but it's a big project that I want to finish before the end of the year. You're very wealthy in Thread? Yeah, I tried to make it a point to catch up in Season 6, so that I was ahead, and then I just kept like trying to maintain that habit. I juice Lunacy twice a day. I spend it all on modules. I do the spend rather than the play on 3 Thread Luxcavations a day, and I do 2 EXP Luxcavations a day, but those are played through. So that helps keep this ahead as much as possible. Let's see. If you have Butterfly, Clash Fire +1. I do remember that this turns you into like a Tremor unit. Here. Base skills inflict 2 Tremor on target once per skill. And then effect on use. Max count +10. Yo, you get up to 30 now? Wait. That's nice. After reloading, heal 10 SP and discard when base attack skill. That's right, this turns you into a discard ID. And it heals your SP that you spend to reload? Wait. Read the story on stream? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll do it. Give Sorrow base attack skill the lowest rank of the skill slots except goodbye now, Sorrow and you. So it's gonna get you to your skill 3 so you can unload on all of them. That's so fucking stupid. I love it. When staggered that's really good, man. Alright. Like, I'm not gonna get too analytical on this. If it looks good, I'm just gonna say it's good and it makes me happy. That's all it needs to be. On against target step 15 plus sinking both butterfly, inflict 1 butterfly and living when butterfly departed. Okay. Soul Element, corrosion. Yeah, unbreakables, multi-coins, minus, that makes sense. Inflict 3 of the living, inflict gloom fragility and gloom resist down. This turn and next turn. Ooh. It keeps the effects even if the coins are cracked. I like it. Typo, 300 lunacy. Alright, let's see. And then Soul Lament gets up to 21 or 25 with max clash power when inflicting. Oh yeah, this is just how it inflicts butterfly. Unfocused volley, which is fair. If this ID uses the skill, gain a random restoration of gloom resin +1. Oh, nifty. So this could get up to 37 in theory, right? At attack and reload, inflict a random butterfly, inflict sinking count, butterfly and sinking count, and then sinking tremor, and then spend it, and then inflict. Oh, deal gloom damage equal to % of this coin's final damage. Okay. Yeah, no, this is solid. I'd get it for the passive more than anything else, but I'm liking it. All right. Next, let's go into the IDs. Someone said Faust's was shorter, so we'll just start with Faust. First off, we gotta level you up. Hold up. I think it's like 60, 59 is the math on it. Yes, please and thank you. Okay, there we go. All right. And then we up tie. Come on. Up tie 3, and then we'll just play the identity music. Alright, let's see. Oh! I looked away for a second to make sure that the audio was up. Frey, what ID would you want to see next with an Eco Pass like what we've been getting? That's a good question. I would want to see Will You Play. I want to see what that's like for Otis from a story perspective. But also, I think the gimmick in the fight and the ego is really fun. I think that's really cool. Alright, anyway. Faust Uptie story. Let's see. It's been determined that this case merits preservation as a record. The following is the case record pertaining to today's request. Case name, 1,000 Needles. So this is based on the LOR story, of course. Oh, and the blades are coming out. God, that is cool. Ugh. Case name, 1,000 Needles. Serial code DN00113. Grade Urban Legend. The case is now developed to a point where assigning codes beginning with A- to the victims no longer serves any practical purpose. Catastrophic propagation via a series of random chain reactions would be an appropriate description for the nature of this case. As such, it would be both inefficient and impossible to assign individual serial codes to every victim scattered throughout this throughout this street, rather. Okay, the circumstances surrounding the case align with both the information gathered from rumors and the case report compiled by Representative Gregor of the Dawn office. so far makes sense. Now, briefly recording the state of the crime scene, it's like 1,000 needles just causes people to melt, and then when they melt, they explode into more needles that causes a chain reaction, which would make sense. You did none of this in Ruina. I assumed it was going to be some hemorrhage situation. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yuna's burned her cards, though? Yeah. Sections of the building have been liquefied. Yep. And beneath the damaged structure, traces in the form of human remains can be observed. Many of the victims' remains are no more than distal extremities of the human body. By contrast, it is rare to find torsos and internal organs that maintain even a moderate resemblance to their original forms. Given this fact, it is reasonable to infer that the prevailing cause of death in this case is something of an explosive nature. Yes. And then yesterday's promise appears to be on here. Remaining bits and pieces of human flesh also indicate that the said explosion was accompanied by countless shrapnel tearing the bodies inside out. Faust determines that all these observations indeed point to a single property, omnidirectional fragmentation of this pitch-black matter from within the body. Is this one of the spikes, I assume? A presentation identical to that of prior cases. Pluto ID guaranteed? Dude, I would love a Pluto ID. Who's gonna get it? Merceau? Merceau with a contract? Oh, Pluto Dawn actually would be a sleeper pick. Wait, Pluto Dawn Quixote? Oh, I hate how much I love that idea. I mean, Elena, if we're gonna go with the, you know, the Reverberation Ensemble. But like, ooh. But just the idea of justice, because, not Philip, Pluto's whole thing was like, he was screwed over by a contract. I could see justice leaning into that, but Elena would unfortunately be a better mix, yeah. Rodion should get Elena? Are there enough ensemble members for all the sinners? There's 10, and I mean, if we can do it with House of Spiders, we can do it with the sinners. The matter is abnormally dense compared to its mass. Its material strength is also unnaturally high. Merely touching the surface of the wall permits the matter to drill through it with negligible resistance. Immediately after making contact, the matter begins to melt in areas several times larger than the point of contact. It is difficult to believe that such material could have been produced by the human body. Less vermilion cross counts? It might, honestly. Well, actually, yeah, if we count, you know, him living first. It is certain that this matter is identical to the one currently under Faust's investigation as an object of interest designated as needles. Yes, that is correct. Symbols of an irregular, atypical pattern, which Faust had repeatedly received on-site verification requests for, are present on the material. Now cross-referencing this observation against Faust's information, Cashel shop time! No matching information found. In that case, the minority hypothesis, which alleges that the symbol points to a malicious advertisement attempt by a certain upstart workshop, may be dismissed as false. I guess you gotta factor everything in, yeah. Pluto's pretty on Merceau. I think Yi Sang is better. Oh, Yi Sang I could see, yeah. Now moving on to the next proposed hypothesis. Yesterday's promise and demonic magic. Has the presently recorded case's scene yielded any verifiable fact that substantiates the said hypothesis? Understood. Faust recalls having stored a piece of information regarding the body of a corporate employee found in the back streets. A victim of the so-called gut harvesting, the corpse also bore a much similar symbol. This was actually in Library of Ruina. Didn't they also have Yesterday's Promise and maybe even Jession's puppets in the rats cutscene? Seem like it could be connected to Yesterday's Promise, or is that a reach? It might be Jession instead, but still, that does sound familiar. Gut harvesting refers to the criminal act of the backstreet syndicates by which corpses are stripped of anything considered to have monetary value. Fausts who limit themselves to reserving this source information may have been unsuitable participants in the discussion of this particular subject. Yeah. Magic? It strains the realm of believability, but if such an incomprehensible phenomenon does indeed exist, perhaps this would be one of the ways by which it is manifested. Balloons popping would be the closest approximation. The radius of the damage is far too great for such a seemingly weightless impact force. Balloons popping also matches up with the O-Corp case of the balloon-headed people that was just mentioned in passing by Moses and Distortion Detective. I don't know if Faust would have that information, though. Does the entity designated as Yesterday's Promise truly employ a power that may be termed as magic? Perhaps access to some more pieces of information will help Faust thread together the truth of the matter. Yes, of course. Faust is aware that access to any information beyond this point is prohibited, so this is not a Faust that has higher access, which I don't see why she would be. However, it is an established fact that the entity's ability concerns contracts, in which case working as a fixer should bring Faust closer to an answer. Understood. Then the discussion regarding this record will conclude here. Faust will need to head to the office and submit a report. Talking with Gesellschaft seems to be in good standing, that's fine. Alright, let's see. And then, oh, Sinclair said he had something he wished to say to Faust once this was over. However, it appeared Faust will not be able to hear it. Oh no, why is that, Faust? And it seems probable that this will be Faust's final record. Wait, does she die here? Current location, the library, as per the popular denomination. Okay, I see. Correct, this is the same place that has recently been reclassified as an urban plague. Ooh, that's sad. Faust confirms that writing one's name on the invitation alone is sufficient to transport the invitee to this place. This record is best shared with the other Faust in advance. I will say, though, I think that this ID, very pretty. I think the way they handled it, like the blade up front, the outfit, like the jacket flowing in the breeze, just even the angle here, I think they've done all they can to make this very pretty. Record is best shared with Faust in advance. Access rights received. Faust cannot help but notice that access is granted to Faust when it's already too late. Wait a second. Wait, really? Because if she knew, maybe she wouldn't have gone. Is that the reason? Ooh, wait. That's kind of, ooh. That's nefarious. Wait, that's kind of diabolical. Okay. Because if she knew, she wouldn't have gone in, I assume. I think that's it. I like the green and orange. Yeah, the green's very WALP flavored and the orange is fire. It's very on theme. Oh, wait, is this a blade or is this the guitar case? Oh, wait, no. I thought it was a blade at first, which it might still be, but if it's the case, that's so pretty, man. Would that mean... No, please disregard that. Concentrating on the ballot hand would be the more rational choice. It's the case that turns into blades. Yeah, it ejects the blades. Yes, the opponents seem determined to make Faust their initial target. It is unlikely that Faust will be able to fend off the entirety of their focused offense. Is Yuna the usual target on that fight? Oh, they're fighting Netz's floor. They're healing themselves merely by grabbing pebbles in their hands. And Faust hears the incomprehensible ringing of a cry, a song, perhaps just an echo. The mind feels as though it were shaking and staggering just by hearing the sound. Aw. Are her arms prosthetics? They might be gauntlets. Is this an attack launched by utilizing the properties of abnormalities? If so, what could this place possibly be? And that's not a good sign. Though I find this development disappointing, I should think this as an unfortunate outcome that has availed me the opportunity to leave an account at the very least. Because even should this Faust fall here, the grand objective of Faust must be preserved at all costs. Faust has only one wish to know all of the city. This was established back in the W Corp ID. Ending record. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad we went back to the original, like, prime directive of the Faust too. I like that story a lot. And if that's the shorter one, what the hell is Gregor's? We probably target her because she has the Lone Fixer passive. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Anyway, up type 4. Thank you. Because they don't want to proc Lone Fixer, so they're just hard targeting. Yeah. Oh, but that's so dark. Like, that, the Faust preserve value information above all. This motherfucker. I didn't expect him to look this good, man. Young Salvi? Brother, I'm so happy for him. I'm happy that there's a Salvador that gets to exist in his prime, you know? Defense level up by 4. That's kind of schnasty, must say. Also, Frey, doesn't Salvador Gregor look like Mr. Beast? I'm kicking you for 10 seconds. Because you're right, but I hate that you're right. You're not in trouble, by the way. You're not in trouble. I feel like I need to specify this. But I need to send a message. I hate that you're right. Alright. Yes, sir. Oh my god, he surely looks like a hero that way. Back to it. Oh, he's silencing people now, okay? For 10 seconds, come on. That's like a slap on the wrist. That's even just like a hug sometimes. It's good. Turn on the normal BGM? Sure. Oh, you're right. No, you're right. That's appropriate. Oh, this is dramatic. Okay. With every breath I took, the acrid air around me burned my throat. Cries of pain, sorrow, and fear rang out from every direction. And other indescribable horrors overwhelmed my senses as the thick blanket of smoke squeezed the oxygen out of the air. Smoke war? Oh, yes, please! They have extra dialogue in their statuses? I saw that! Yeah! I'm gonna read that. The smoke permeated everything. Even in fields of battle packed full with the spray of blood and scattering shrapnel, clashing blades and bullets whizzing past comrades and enemies both, the miasma found the cracks to suffuse. We used to call its stench the scent of humans. Ugh, here comes my daily fix! Wait. No. I know what this is. Here comes my daily fix. Can I do a Mr. Beast voice? I'm right here, curing the blind and covering them all in smoke. I'm right here, curing the blind and covering them all in smoke. Here for Survivor Season 50. I don't think I can do it. No, I'm not gonna do it. I don't think I can. Let me set it on your table, Master. It's hot. You don't want to burn yourself. Listen, kid. Surely you don't need to baby me like that. Years have passed since that smoke left its final mark on my memory, and now I'm leading a small fixer office where I nurture and train pupils of my own. That's not Mr. Beast. I don't think I can do Mr. Beast. I'm sorry. He's got like a little bit of jelly in his throat, but only the right amount. I wonder what my younger self would think if he saw me as I am now. Together, I gathered 100 identities to kill each other in a fight to the death. Oh shit, that's probably gonna be a stream this month. Can you ever imagine this kind of life? The kind of prosaic, peaceful life where I get to sit in a cool, air-conditioned room and sip on pleasantly warm cup of sang shua cha my pupil brewed. He has a point, Sinclair. Perhaps it would be best for your career prospects if you redirected the focus of your endeavors onto tasks that more befit the responsibilities of a fixer, rather than that of a tea brewer. Brewing Shangsha can't possibly be so important a task that you would spend the time every morning to carefully analyze your superior's mood and choose which toppings would suit his palate. Ooh, well, still, I think I'm pretty good at it, so... Could he have imagined the kind of sedate life where I get to enjoy a hearty chuckle every now and then? Watching the shenanigans unfold as my pupils passive-aggressively throw jabs at one another about what are ultimately frivolities? Ooh. Pass up the man brew? You know what? Knowing what's coming, I'm gonna let all this go. I think we should. No. How could he? After all, how could he lose himself daydreaming when even a split second of distraction would mean certain death? Oh, yeah, you just got back from that contract, didn't you? The Urban Legend class request. Yes, I have completed the request regarding the 1,000 needles. Gregor's a good dad fixer? Yeah. Gregor here is the kind of boss I'd like to be. And I hope I can aspire, not just aspire to be, but resemble in some way now. Makes me happy. Wow, you're impressive. Solving an Urban Legend class request all on your own? The target posed an increasingly substantial threat as it mounted a more aggressive resistance toward the end, but... I had a question regarding the contract, Herr Gregor. For me? Wait. For me? What is it? As the name 1,000 Needles would suggest, I was presented with ample opportunities to collect and examine some black needles at the scene. Bearing those symbols, I presume. Why does Sinclair sound like Deku? He earned it. He's unearning it lately, so I'm trying to slowly move him away, but it's taking time. Correct. Symbols with the yellow glow, to be precise. Its patterns were analyzed next to symbols used by various workshops that mark their output, but no exact match was identified. Imitating Sigma's product branding is all the rage these days. There's been an uptick in workshops marking their products, leaving their symbols in the aftermath of a battle. Got me worried for a sec. Maybe they'd become so money-grubbing that they started sponsoring all kinds of maniacs out there. But with this, that's one load off my mind. It isn't as bad as it used to be. The city's losing what warmth it had by the hour. The proverbial winter is starting to set in its denizens lately. I mean, you are in a fallen nest. I like to think that I've seen my fair share of the worst the city's had to offer, but day by day, the increasingly bizarre and out there incidents find their way to shake and shock me anew. If there was any warmth at all, its temperature was rapidly dropping to what could be described as nothing else but frigid. Still, the optimist in me says it's not all bad, that we, as a collective, haven't quite reached the line we mustn't cross, and I find solace in that. And then again, you never know. Maybe there are folks out there, people already too far gone and have crossed the line and then some, but as long as they didn't make it my business by invading this cozy little place I've got with my students, I don't think I want to concern myself with those things too much. Amen, brother. Amen. Sponsorships. I didn't know workshops did that. You did not? Odd. Herr Gregor is the proverbial poster child of workshop-sponsored fixers. What? Can't blame Sinclair for not knowing. It's not like I have a habit of harping on about the old times. I posit the argument that any sentence that begins with "back in my day" that you are so fond of counts toward the conventional definition of harping on about old times. Will you read the flavor text of the passives too? Yeah, I may as well. In that case, could you tell us a little bit about your past? Oh, are we getting story time, E.G.O? I love it, alright. I know you're a very prestigious fixer master, but I never had the opportunity to hear about what exactly you've done to earn that reputation. Chat, you know what? We're all just here to kind of vibe for a bit. I think we're gonna keep calm. You mind if I go make myself a cup of tea? I'm not gonna be gone for long. I'm just literally gonna start the kettle and then go back, grab a tea bag, and let it steep in here. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Hold up. We'll enjoy the story. Give me like 30 seconds. Alright. Okay, I was a little hungry, so I got some jalapeno Pringles. Hell yeah. Alright. Let's see. Water. There we go. Yeah. Maybe the stories of those days are better shared in a lighthearted conversation. Just something you mentioned in passing. Pringles, sour cream, and onion the best? I got, like, spicy guacamole. I respect sour cream and onion, but I'm, like, trying to explore new flavors. I think that's a lot of fun. It's almost like a hobby now. Enough time has passed now, anyway. Oh, wait, we're actually gonna get a war story. Yes, please. I've been using Stigma Workshop weapons throughout my career, from the day I first started working in this business. Now, if you ask whether they were the best workshop weapons among the ones I browsed, trying to find a weapon that'll keep me company through thick and thin, nah, they weren't exactly all that. Then why did you decide to go with the Stigma Workshop weapon, Master? Well, I could say there was the matter of my thin, hungry wallet, but more importantly, big-name workshops out there don't let anybody walk right in just because they come knocking on their doors. Gotta keep your clientele more distinguished, if you know what I mean. In other words, more well-known workshops weren't all that eager to take a commission from some no-name grade 9 fixer, even if he had the coin for it, which he didn't. Fortunately for me, Stigma Workshop was a relatively unknown back in the day with a more niche audience, which meant they had no qualms letting a greenhorn like me purchase a decently high-quality weapon. Anyway, while the partnership was coincidental, it ended up being a win-win. I kept racking up successful contracts, and the Stigma Workshop reaped the subsequent renown with a new swath of customers. And as a token of gratitude, they were generous enough to offer personalized upgrades to my weapon. So that's what all of our weapons are! You catch on quick, kid! It's all thanks to my connections that Stigma Workshops allowed a young chickling like yourself to wield one of their quality weapons. It seems that our office rep rarely tires of self-aggrandizing behavior, though one cannot deny the veracity of that claim. Wait, guys, I just realized. Okay, I'm gonna make green tea. What if I just, like... Wait, no, maybe it's black tea. What if I just, like, crack an egg into it and slurp it? What if I just have that? What if I just have that for some, like, custom cha? I think that could be fun. That could be a nice little endeavor, yeah? That's what I was saying, yeah. A little mini meal. Do it? Yeah, I think I will. I'll wait until, like, 2 after the hour. Have you found Pablo in the CG? No, is he in here? Oh, no. Am I gonna miss him? I've never been great with this. Never asked me to play Mecha Chameleon. I'm shit at it. Yeah, what would that taste like? I'll tell you. Notice its oil being... Okay, you're talking about Toho. I know nothing about that. Though one cannot deny the veracity of that claim. Anywho, it really saved my bacon more than a few times in the smoke war. The smoke war? It's the same with any war, I'm sure. But for boots on the ground foot soldiers, survival was the only thing that mattered. The most surefire way to guarantee survival would have been to stay as far away as I could from the war, but that wasn't an option for Nestward fixers like myself. Some battlefields were so dire that even association fixers had to struggle through fight after fight with broken, malfunctioning weapons and worn-down outfits. But because I was sponsored by Stigma Workshop, every time my sword needed maintenance, they provided it free of charge and even threw in a series of upgrades. Back then, too, I was a part of a detachment. Perhaps a rather too grand a name for what really was a hastily assembled group of fixers with even the remotest preparations against the damage of fire and heat in the war. We were a bunch of ragtag soldiers at best, but I won't deny that there was an air of unwarranted confidence among us, given what we needed was to do given that all we needed to do was burn up a pair of wings. I wonder if this is going to be related to Otis's story. Very curious now. And I think the tea water's ready, so I guess I'm gonna go make some homemade Shishwa cha. Be right back. Okay, chat, you're gonna love this. Y'all are gonna love this. So, okay, I've got the tea. I've got the tea here. I've got the tea here. Okay. So, here's what I did. I made the tea. I noticed that Shishong Cha seems to be more like a black tea that has like some flowery stuff around it. So, I would not be opposed to it being like a vanilla style tea. However, I thought I had honey, and I didn't. So what I did was I made a cup of Earl Grey, and then with the tea bag still in there, I cracked an egg into it, and the yolk just fell to the bottom. There's just a giant egg lump in the bottom. And I'm sure it's cooking right now, like genuinely cooking. Wait, it's just supposed to be the yolk? Well, too bad, I guess. You know what? The egg whites are gonna boil too. But I made it. It's like 212 degrees. It's like 200-degree water. So, since it looked like it was floral and maybe even a little sweet in the tea department, I added cinnamon. And then I added sugar because I couldn't find the honey. So we're gonna see how that goes. You usually break the yolk. You made tea poach? Yeah, basically. Sanctuary tea. You're generally making a tea poached egg. Yes. And I'm gonna chomp down these Pringles. Water. You also gonna have to stir the yolk in? I actually have seen pictures of Shishong Cha, and it's had the yolk, like, on its own. Like, you know, unbroken. Anyway, let's see. But no, it's gonna be a bastardization. I think I'm gonna drink it at the end so that it has time to, like, cook it a bit. We're gonna see. One of these days you're gonna poison yourself? Not today. I'm letting that egg cook. Anyway, let's see. But that day, on that hill. Shit, alright. We ain't falling back here! Push the line forward! Infestation zone cleared. Regroup and rendezvous with the section director and... Calling our recruited office fixers! We can do this together! Our right flame wall needs reinforcement! A monstrosity of evasive abilities bordering on precognition and offensive capabilities that, with a single hit, could all but guarantee instant death. That was one of the decisive weapons of G-Corp, and Liu Association was selected specifically to handle it. It was Liu! The Liu was the one they picked! Oh my god, we have confirmation of that now! That's great! Wait, yes! Yes! I was probably stronger than each individual Liu fixer, but... one set of wings reduced to ashes. Just one more push and... Don't let your guard down, team! Stay alert! Huh. Looks like we might actually have a chance. There's really no point in measuring individual merit when it comes to Liu fixers. The moment an all-out battle began, they came together with combined fluidity, not unlike that of a single organism, a dragon, charging through the enemy's forces under the section director's command. And it wasn't long before their flames dominated the entire battlefield. For a moment, the situation seemed so favorable that I began to hope we might defeat this foe without needing reinforcements. And with how things looked, the enemy was definitely on its back foot. We would be able to seize victory with just a little more effort. Enemy altitude's down, but velocity remains constant. Its erratic movements haven't slowed at all either. Director. Goddamn bug. Its airborne vertical maneuverability won't be diminished much, even if we somehow manage to burn all of its wings. Let's see. The point of the operation was to prevent high-speed airborne escape. But whatever possible scenario we could come up with based on common sense did not apply to a decisive weapon of a wing. The Lord of Flies? This is the famous flame of Liu. Slower than I imagined. The raging, seemingly impenetrable wall of fire flickered as it danced, inadvertently revealing the most minuscule of openings, and the monster's eyes caught sight of 2 Liu fixers. And in the blink of an eye, they were gone. Before most of the fixers could even comprehend what had happened, I ran desperately to block the beginnings of a growing rupture in the formation. Hey! It's right above you! Swing up! Huh? You swung, but with a curious delay. Was he your favorite? You fuck! Director, don't let that monster get to you! Calm yourself and... Once a crack begins to split open, it only grows into a rift. Without moving as one in organic fluid motion, the flames will scatter into mere cinders, no longer merged as a flame dragon. The monster turned the tide, taking cover behind the fire and heat haze that obscured not only its vision, but ours too. Fixers of mediocre ability, scattered across the battlefield, served only as hostages or meat shields for the monstrosity. Before we could even complete our initial goal of burning its wings... G-Corp bastards. Just what the hell have you created? Director! The Lord of Flies descended upon the dragon's head and crushed it into a pulp. Our forces were minutes away from complete annihilation. I had to do something, so I ran up to the front of the line and rallied the troops. Regroup here! To me! You know who I am! We had a quick meet and greet, remember? All of you are now under my command! Focus entirely on providing me support, and I swear I'll burn that fucking vermin's remaining wings to ash! You're not our section director. We work with him best. I doubt you can fill his boots. Maybe, but you, me, we're not exactly flush with options, are we? No. Guess not. Fine, we'll march with you. Lead us. The world was on fire and we were trapped in a flaming cage. The sky above was nothing but pitch black darkness, smoke from fires and smoke that smelled of humans mingled, creating a horrible, crimson eye of noxious storm that I could hardly describe in any fitting words. I love this Gregor so much. Oh my god. It's interesting how this Gregor is against G-Corp. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I think there's a sadness to it, but I'm very happy for this one. But I was the leader on the hill now, and so I imitated the dragon's head to the best of my abilities. I may not have been the guy to fill the section director's boots, but I was only flying by the seat of my pants. But by having a small army of fixers following my flow and releasing bursts of flame at just the right moments, my firepower grew twice as powerful. I alone blazed in the glow of the failing... Nope, we're gonna take that again. I alone blazed in the glow of the falling sun amidst the burning field of the infestation zone. With the Liu fixers behind me, I felt like I could measure up pretty well against even the legendary Vermilion Cross himself, but... But the bodies kept piling and piling. Past a certain level, simple numerics like how many augmentations you have or what grade your gear is don't decide the outcome. This is where the other, previously neglected factors come into play. Their training routine, the kinds of effort they've put into them, the matchup between fighters, the battlefield, and the circumstances that might or might not give you an edge. We lasted pretty long for a sunset, didn't we? We kept on fighting even in this pitch-black night. Eventually, I was the only one standing against that monstrosity of a foe. The Lord of Flies did not appear even remotely winded, as though he were drawing from an infinite pool of energy. The situation seemed rather hopeless, but I was young at the time. I still had that youthful streak of rebelliousness burning somewhere within me then. Because I wasn't ready to sit down and let death take me. So I gathered whatever strength I had left in me, all the muscle memory, all the training I've done up to that moment, and held it all in my hand. Hey, Fly Bud. I don't know if you've been keeping track of the time, but the sun will be peeking over the horizon soon. Just look at how the faintest blue is starting to encroach the black night. Heralding the crack of dawn. The heated blade draws a beautiful pattern as it cleaves through the space before me under the distant sky. But the reach of my blade is too short to strike the monster. It evades to the side with ease, and regurgitates a stream of corrosive fluid. And it lands right on my sword arm, melting it, eating through the flesh and bone. You know what they say? That it's darkest before the dawn. But it's pretty bright out now here, isn't it? I could feel its fluid spreading, eating away at my torso from shoulder to hip. But at the same time, so does the space my purest dissolve and Sorn has rent through. Its sundered fabric melting away as through my flame. And the fly's wings that were touching the very tip of my blade's arc fall apart, its sliced segments melting away. Now that, I didn't see coming. But what will you do now? It seems you're now out of options. I didn't quite imagine it happening like this, but at least they made it in time for the sunrise. Say hello to my reinforcement and your death. Weakling. Though the battle was fierce, all we managed to do at the end of the day was cut off its means of escape. And the reinforcement command decided to send out was but a single combatant to face this insurmountable foe who was still armed and unpredictable movements and seemingly bottomless well of stamina. I'd be lying if I said the realization didn't hit me with a wave of disappointment and a profound sense of futility. Who is this? Hey, don't you know who I am? But nobody— No! No way it's her! Oh shit! But nobody who's fought even a single skirmish in this battlefront wouldn't recognize the woman who's just marched up to the battlefield with the cigar smoke blowing in the wind. No way! The BGM changed, thumbs down, yeah. She's the same person who survived the brutal gauntlet of duel after duel that mercilessly cut down a number of promising futures. Namely, that of the Grade 1 Fixer, who is a popular candidate for the title of a Color Fixer, the rising right hand of a Soda Capo, and others whose prospects were just as golden. And emerged victorious one battle after another. Another monster of another nature. Of course I do. I've seen the way you fight. After leaving everything in her hands, I returned to our encampment in the back lines that had my injuries treated. And surrounded by the roaring cheer of spectators, I got to watch a recording of her battle against the Lord of Flies. The footage slowed down by several dozen times, the only way the video could have captured the way the two combatants sped and zoomed around each other. In that footage, it seemed as though the reinforcement managed to beat or behead the Lord of Flies, killing it instantly before it even realized it was dying. As it turns out, if you kill the Lord of Flies before it even registers its own death, you won't have the chance to spawn the Maggot Prince. It was a shame that so much of the work we did to counter the Maggot Prince went to waste, but thanks to the Sigma Workshop symbol seared on the back of the Lord of Flies, and with the witness reports from the U-Fixers who managed to survive the massacre, they recognized me as a major contributor to the success of that operation. Gregor. Hey, Gregor? Sorry. Must have gotten lost reminiscing. You know what? I think that's enough to have my first sip of Szechuan cha. Let's see. Let's see if this is actually leading up to the hype. I only got the Earl Grey part so far. I think I have to chug it to actually get the full flavor. But the tea bag's at the bottom and it's below the egg. Okay, I can see the yolk. I'm cresting on the yolk. What do you think? What do you think? I gotta get it? I think I gotta get it. Yeah? I gotta. Alright, down the hatch, right? Okay, maybe I cheated because I didn't taste the egg. That just went down smooth. I just swallowed that sucker like it was a friggin' protein jelly. Oh, there's still a bit of tea in the plate. I got a little saucer that's holding the cup. No, I didn't taste the egg at all. Yeah, no. No, that yolk just went down smooth. That's good, that's good shit. I think that'll just sustain me for a little bit, but it's fine, it's fine. That's kind of anticlimactic, I gotta say. That's one of the ways to drink it so you're fine? Yeah. Isn't that kind of missing the point? Nah. I think it's just that it's not a matter of you, like, savoring or gargling on the egg. It's just that the egg's there. Anyway. Sorry. Must got lost reminiscing. I don't know, find a recipe for Szechuan cha if you want. I mean, clearly, there's a market for it. Clearly exists for a reason. I'd say it's fine. You want a similar feeling adding eggnog? Yeah. The protein jelly for your tummy, yeah. Anyways, apparently burning the monster's wings ended up being one hell of a promotion for Stigma Workshop. You fellas better learn to appreciate me, because I'm the only reason they're still offering weapon sponsorships to our office even in my semi-retirement. Not to mention how the connections I made then got us the position of the Liu office. Not to mention how the connections I made then got us the position of the Liu Association's affiliate office. Dude, I resonate so hard with this Mans knows how to use his business and use his connections in order to keep himself afloat in a comfortable living space. I respect it. How do you spell it? You can see it in here. I'm sure you'll see it in here again. Whoa, you really are amazing, Master. It's 2 S's at the start. Amazing? Come on. I'm just a washed-up fixer with a broken body that never fully healed. Damages caused by the Lord of Flies' extremely corrosive fluid would have been difficult to recover from. Even with the K-Corp ampule of a fairly high purity, it is likely that his nerves failed to fully regenerate. Yeah, guess so. Still, it's all thanks to that one ampule I got for outstanding valor that I'm still alive and kicking after all this time. Remember, those ampules were even rarer back in my day. Wow, huh. Kinda weird that the lady who slayed the decisive weapon isn't in the news after all nowadays, though. Actually, yeah, ain't it? Haven't heard much about her myself in a long while. She sure didn't seem the type to get herself killed unceremoniously, too. Well, she's probably enjoying herself in a comfy seat, lording over peons like us. Anyways, how's that for harping about the old times? Had enough yet? I throw a lighthearted jab as I pick up a piece of paper that's been on my desk for a while today, related to our next contract. Killed unceremoniously. Yeah, you don't say, man, you don't say. In a way, she never really survived the war. Is that the object that's had the fixer industry abuzz lately? You got that right. This is what our next contract will be about. They said my Zvialum's death is connected to the contract too. Oh, no. I'm sorry about your loss, Master. I can't imagine what you're going through. My heart's unscathed, kid. Was never fond of that fella. The question is, have you heard anything about this object, Sinclair? Something they call the library's invitation. Oh, that was lovely. The thing is, I never did reviews of this or the past burn IDs, so I might just tinker around with it. I can't on stream use Valentina or Lucio IDs until I get custody of them back. But like the Dawn Office ones? Yeah, those are fair game, those are fair game. Walter was not missed, no. Valentina was a way nicer woman once, this is really sad. Remember, she was still a child abuser, like back during the Smoke War. She was just nicer during then. I wouldn't say that I don't say you're missing too much, really. Those are pretty entertaining? Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, this is still gorgeous, man. I might look at these on my own time, but I think that's enough stream for now. Before we go though, one more extraction for the hell of it. Do you have custody of Mr. Yi Sang's ego? I do. That being said, I do want to show you guys one thing. We are going to be doing a stream of the new Bakgak, and there is a new link to the Discord in the description if you want to join there. But we're going to do something fun. Let me show you real quick, because I'm very proud of this stupid fucking idea. I'm very happy with it. So, hold up. Let me go over here to the channel. This is so dumb, and I love it very much. We're going to be doing an Uma Musume run of Refraction Railway 2 Bakgak. Oh yeah, I gotta check the flavor text. You're right. So I realized that Mobius RR2 is just running around in circles. And what do the horses do? They run around in circles. So now what we're gonna have it as is I've in Refraction Railway 2, for those that haven't played, every time you go in a loop and get through enough fights, you get a buff and the enemies get a buff. And I like the idea that at the start of the Uma Musume run, I have 4 debuffs that stop me from doing as well in it. And if the horse loses to a point it can't progress, like an unskippable race or something, then the horse dies and I have to start over, and then I get a consequence. And maybe even start over the Mobius run, who knows? But every time I beat one of the Mobius loops, I get a horse buff. And we might go through several horses before it's over, who knows? Maybe I'll ban more IDs with it, maybe I'll unlock more IDs, but I think that's fun, I think it'll be fun. And who are the horses? We're gonna pull for Umas. I've never played Uma before, so I think it'll be a fun time. The horse just must not die, that's it. So I think it's gonna be good. What do you mean the Umas are gonna die? Well, if I do it right, they're not. But if they lose a race that they need to win to progress, well then, sucks to suck, and the sinners will die in their stead, yeah. Killing horses sounds like animal cruelty. No, that's only Yi Sang cruelty. Anyway, let's go back and read the flavor text, because I did say I would do that. Glue Factory they go. I've heard the horse community is tired of the Glue Factory jokes. Can someone confirm? I would not blame them either. Let's check the passives. Dawn Office. Okay, here we go. Morgan Fuhr, Stigma Workshop. Yeah. It stuck around for too long? Ah. Don't abuse the Umas? No. I'm gonna try to do well by the Umas. An A+ class workshop weapon that has remained a constant companion of its wielder. The Fixer at the crack of dawn, since his first days as the Fixer through the Smoke War and its fallout. Every contract successfully carried out by the Fixer added to the Stigma Workshop's fame, and as a show of gratitude, they repeatedly upgraded and expanded the weapon's capabilities. Just as the Fixer's seasoned renown was built up over time, this blade too was forged, remade, and sharpened by the years. Morgenfuhr, once regarded as an S-class weapon, inevitably lost its fervor and edge in the twilight years of the Fixer at the crack of dawn as he withdrew from the front lines of the Fixer business in favor of teaching the next generation. That makes sense. Explain the glue factory joke to me. Glue is made of horse. All the stat specs have dialogue too? Okay. We'll keep reading. Sigma Workshop prosthesis. A prosthetic gear produced by Sigma Workshop, a workshop normally specializing in bladed weaponry, designed specifically for the Fixer at the crack of dawn to use. Attempting to use this fire Kuma without understanding Sigma Workshop's precise quirks will be met with swift consequences. Painful, flesh-melting burn marks searing to the user's body. So the prosthetics. Okay, that makes sense. We'll go into statuses. Sure. Dawn Herald? Oh my god, you're right. Okay, so this is for Sinclair, huh? Yeah. They used to make glue with horse? Yes. And so this is applied to... No, when this unit has Dawn Herald. Okay. Yeah, I never really studied these, so I'm kind of going into these blind, and I think that's fine. Burn. You see, kid, fire's not the be-all, end-all solution to every problem you got. When it comes to using heat-modulating weapons like these, the deciding factors often come down to when to spark the flame and how hot you let it burn. Yeah, that's why I'm always chewing your ear off about how important it is to feel the moment that comes with the territory of using heat-modulating weapons. But on the other hand, when that moment tells you to burn all down, don't hold back and just let it rip. Oh, you wanna know who's the best in the field? Let's see. Well, the best of the best gotta be the Vermilion Cross, I'd wager. In the light of daybreak? The first flare of dawn is not a fire that scorches, but one that casts its glow on people. That's sweet. From dawnbreak to sunset. Oh yeah, wow, okay. Let's see. Oh, what a pleasant aroma. You're practically a color fixer when it comes to brewing Sichuan cha, you know that? Okay, there's the one that, there's the name for the person that wanted to make it. Or know how it's spelled. I hereby anoint you color fixer at the yellow Sichuan. That's settled then. I'll be tutoring you myself, so you'd better keep up. I see real potential in you, kid. Your Shuangcha brewing skills have this instinctive grasp of the moment. And being able to recognize that moment's the key to just about everything. Okay. And then Blazing Sunset. What else? Master, please. I still have so much to learn. You said it yourself. Dawn is a fleeting thing. It soon gives way to a morning and fades into daylight, with the promise of sunset that will bring about the evening. Well, yes, there we go. Escape apparatus. Oh, you bleeding heart motherfucker. Oh, that's so sad, man. You can say so much in so few words, fuck. Dawn Office. The Dawn Office of this mirror world, unlike that of others, has yet to completely lose its fervor. One can reasonably conjecture that the two leading fixtures of this office have sufficient competence to find work as grade 1 of the vocation. So this really is an upscale of the Dawn Office, okay. However, it must be stated that the office and its fixtures' grades do not vary from those of other observed mirror worlds, as combat capability is hardly the sole criterion by which the grades are assigned. If you are to meet the conditions stipulated by the contract clauses to the client's satisfaction, issue of high-risk contracts that contribute to the advancement of fixer grades, these are all conditions that limit one's mobility among the ladder of fixer grades. Really? Ah, okay. Wait, eschewal. Like, avoidance? ESCHEWAL. The deliberate habitual act of avoiding. High-risk ones. Okay, they're avoiding high risk, got it. They're just how Sinclair got the apparatus. They died before the Wedge Officer seat, and the Wedge Office was busy with Oswald. Wait, what do you mean? No, that was from Oscar, I feel. I guess that couldn't be from Oscar, but... I don't know. I feel like there's still unanswered questions. I think you're right about that. But I do feel like, based on Library of Ruina's story, that would be reasonable to say this is Oscar. I understand that we don't have Oscar here, so that there's still, like, a genuine question of it, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. Is there anything else on this ID? I'm sure there's some, like, on the Yuna ID. No, doesn't seem so. Doesn't seem... Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, what's the skill name? What's the skill name? Crack of Dawn, of course. At one of the countless raging battlefields of the Smoke War, this very technique melted down and cleaved through a certain decisive weapon's last pair of wings, and the space it inhabited, heralding the dawn's end. That almost killed me. Lady, do you think you can finish that monster off? Okay, okay. And then Guardian, then Heat Haze. I think that's it. Oh, and there's Assist Defense, cute. Alright, let's check on Faust, and that should do it. Dawn Office Fixer. Passives. Heat-proof coat, okay. If you have made up your mind to use workshop gears that utilize heat, then you had best be prepared to pay a slew of hidden costs. Unlike conventional weapons, whose variables are in the more obviously observable territories, such as sharpness and durability, weapons that radiate heat require all manner of groundwork to ensure that the wielder is not consumed by that very heat, and that requires money. I mean, Oscar was fighting the A-Claw Circus during that time. They were the only done with it after Salvador and Yuna died. Yes. And Roland, after Oscar died, said that Oscar put the device on Sinclair. And Oscar had time to, on Philip. And Oscar had time to talk with Philip before this came up, so that is reasonable to assume. The story seems to imply that this is what we want to have happen. It is, of course, a simple enough thing to procure weapons that set things ablaze outright or fabrics that do not catch fire easily. But to obtain a weapon whose heat output can be fine-tuned and controlled at any given moment according to the wielder's every need, or outlier fabrics that ward off heat completely, such exceptional gear costs not only a fortune, but also the wielder's constant training to be as exceptional in handling them. Naturally, if you have invested that much money and time, the returns will come in the form of many more contracts requiring your services. Yeah, okay. Read the Thumb Rodeo Uptight story at peak. I'm gonna save that for myself on my own. I think we've done enough for, like, reading Uptight stories. High noon. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Second part of Thumb Rodeo ties in real nice with Salvador Greggs. I get it, but I wasn't even sure if I wanted to read this, and I wanted this to be more of a short stream, so I think I'm gonna move on. We can let old banners be old banners. The request is, I'll probably still study it for a video eventually anyway. The request has been resolved ahead of schedule, and the weather conditions are optimal today for a team lunch. Shall we all proceed? That's sweet. Loneliness at high noon. Do you understand what loneliness means, Sinclair? Loneliness is being bathed in the light of the sun at high noon, only to realize that the ones you would have shared a luncheon with have departed you. This is how I would put into words the concept of loneliness, for me at least. I do hope, Sinclair, that you will never have cause to understand that concept. How does she know this? How did she get this emotion? Battle instinct! Okay. To resume the subject at hand, aside from singularities, there exists a means of overcoming the penalties incurred by using this type of weaponry, namely, effort. This may go without saying, but it is recommended that you focus on honing your body and battle instinct whenever time permits, both during downtime and when handling requests. Granted, battle instinct in most cases can only be properly demonstrated in the heat of battle. One might refer to this process as a warm-up, although that term is perhaps too simple. I mean, that's just getting your SP up, am I right? In any case, a heightened natural battle instinct will help you offset the gear's structural and technical vulnerabilities. This is how you may raise the baseline of your performance threshold. Are you able to comprehend this explanation, Sinclair? She was training him. They both cared so much about him, man. They really, really wanted to see him succeed and have that next generation energy. It was so sweet. Heated to a smoldering temperature within the coffin are butterflies. The kaleidoscope spilling forth to melt and tear the target apart. Really? This type of weapon is too premature for you to wield, Sinclair, but it is advisable that you familiarize yourself with its properties. The array of blades within the coffin affords considerable convenience in circumstances where time constraints prove solitary handling of requests impossible, or in combat against multiple adversaries. Yeah, that makes sense. They're named in German as well. Vierfalter, you're right! Aw. The appeal of a weapon shaped like a suitcase or a musical instrument case is clear enough. First, the user may blend into the cover of daily life without raising alarm. Though arms of this sort are unwieldy and complicated to make use of in battle, that perceived shortcoming makes them less likely to be recognized as tools of killing. Secondly, weapons fashioned into the form of case afford storage capacity. Container-shaped arms, for example, are actively used by the Fixers of the Deviot Association. True! Such convenience, however, does not automatically win favors from those who elect to workshop gear as their weapon of choice. The common opinion is that anyone who invests so much time in mastering this sort of weaponry would be better served by training with something else. In fact, the user would often hear snide remarks from other combatants ranging from fixers these days to showy and pretentious. That's funny, that's funny. Let's see. You do not understand the vibe we go for here. Let's see. But should one let this reputation for impracticality drop one's guard when facing an opponent armed with such a finicky piece of equipment, especially if they happen to be a high-ranking fixer or a syndicate officer, one will find that the laughable containers or cases carry quite a different weight. A weight grave enough for any workshop worth its name to call them coffins. And coffins, as a matter of fact, have a way of inviting butterflies. Ooh. I do like that beyond the abnormality, we're seeing, like, some notices on butterflies being associated with coffins. I do wonder why that they're intending to do this, but still, it's a nice little bit of flavor text. Anything else? We were talking about statuses, right? This we've already seen. Yi Sang butterflies? I mean, it's not just Yi Sang, is it? It's like Gregor's ego, it's like Yi Sang's ego, it's this ID itself. What else? I think that's everything, right? Oh yeah, Tremor Scorch. How can I forget that? Overheated Coffin. Wait. Okay, let's see. Keep in mind, however, that convenience is always accompanied by a trade-off. A weapon of this structure comes with drawbacks that standard Stigma workshop weapons would not possess, inevitable penalties that can only be mitigated by singularities. The pinnacle of the myriad technological innovations of the city. Just reading that through... I mean, yeah, there would be trade-offs like being unwieldy unless there's more. I think you skipped Gregor's main status. No, we got that. I'll double check to be sure, but I'm pretty sure we got that. It would do justice to properly acknowledge the extraordinary qualities of a single... That was tangential to the subject. Let's return to the subject, Sinclair. Good teachers, man. They really did their best, and it turned out this way. Nothing for sanity, had to check. Let's go back to Gogurt. And just see... What did you say? It was light at daybreak? Light of daybreak? Oh, I guess I didn't. No, you're right. No, wait, I saw this. We got this. Or is there light at daybreak? No, I think we got everything. Looks like everything. I think that's it. I think we're good. So from here on out, what we're gonna do is, I'm probably gonna see if I can set up another video before the next stream. No promises, but we've got at least 2 videos coming out before the end of the month. We're gonna check on the Bakak, and if we're lucky, a couple other streams that have some fun ideas I've been wanting to get to for a while. But yeah, that's all. Thanks for coming out. Feel free to join the Discord if you want. Links in the description, and y'all take care. Laters!